If I say Malaysia, you say?
Kuala Lumpur is the capital, and they have those, what's it called, like the Petrona Towers or something?
The best thing that I experienced in Thailand.
How about the safety in the whole of Southeast Asia, I would say?
I think it's a bit questionable.
Hey champs, what's happening? Welcome to another episode of Tag Along with Chai. We are in the capital city of the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, located between England and Germany. We're giving the Netherlands a quick visit because I want to see family and friends here in the Netherlands, but we're flying out soon back to Southeast Asia, back to Thailand, where this channel is based. People from all over the world are living in Amsterdam, so let's find out what the world thinks of Southeast Asia. When I say Southeast Asia, what comes into your mind? Like, what do you have to think about?
Yeah, well, since I'm planning a trip there, the first thing I think is that trip. And I know a lot of people do the same trail, which is you go Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, and Laos. So that's the first thing that comes to mind, is that area and the backpackers that go there.
Yeah. What do you know of Thailand, let's say?
Not a lot. Not a lot at all. So that's also why I want to go.
Yeah.
I know obviously that the capital is Bangkok.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of there's a very paradise aspect to it with the islands as well. And besides that, I feel like I don't know a lot about that area of the country. It's also, or that area of the world. And that's also why before I go, I'm gonna read stuff about it. I don't really want to get there and not know anything. But I would say that's mainly what I know, which is limited.
Yeah, okay, but that's fine. I mean, that's what we do as well. We just go and explore.
Yeah.
Are you planning to go to the Philippines as well?
I would love to. I think it'll be hard this time, but I was actually planning on doing that also because I know that the island hopping there is amazing, and I really want to go see like marine wildlife.
Ah, okay.
But I don't know if that's gonna happen.
How about Malaysia?
Malaysia, see, this is hard. The only thing I know about Malaysia, I know that obviously the capital Kuala Lumpur is there, and you can do kind of the same thing. But because when I research this is mainly what comes up is those 4 countries I mentioned at the beginning. Malaysia doesn't really ring, like, I don't know. It's not on my plan yet.
If I say Malaysia, you say?
Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
Yeah, I also know people that have lived there, but mainly the reason I wouldn't go there now is just because this trail that I'm doing has been done so many times. I feel the most confident doing something that's just very basic.
Are you gonna do this alone?
The start, yes, I'm meeting a friend over there, but some of it will be by myself, so I thought I'll stick to what people have done.
Right, fair enough.
Although I know Malaysia is very popular as well.
Yeah, Southeast Asia in general, I think it's very safe, so good on you for doing this. Anything that comes into mind that is maybe uncomfortable when you think of Southeast Asia?
Nope. I mean, the thing is, I'm half Nicaraguan, so with Latin America, I feel like people really tend to stick with the whole cartels and drugs and stuff.
Okay.
But I have to say, I'm not too familiar with if there are main issues like that in Asia, or what the dangers would be for myself. Obviously, I think the main advice people give is just beware of your belongings and don't do dumb stuff, which I think just goes for anywhere you travel to. So there's not really something like that sticks out to me, like, oh, that's like a particular danger of this area of the world. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Southeast Asia?
Yeah, I've been to Thailand.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Anywhere else in Southeast Asia? Or?
The Philippines when I was like a kid, but I don't really remember. So yeah, it doesn't really count to me.
What was the best experience in Thailand?
I studied abroad in Chiang Mai, so I went to this really cool elephant sanctuary, and it was like a very ethical one too. So yeah, it was great. They rescued circus elephants and elephants that were used for labor. So and we got to just watch them interact with each other and feed them. And they had a lot of other animals as well, like dogs and little cats. So
how long ago was this?
6 years ago. So yeah.
Okay. Did anything happen in Thailand that was not so comfortable?
I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but I guess there's a lot of street dogs everywhere, so I'm not used to that from the States, and it can be quite sad. So
Oh, sad. Not even scary, but sad to see.
I was never scared of them. They're quite friendly. It's just sad to see all the homeless dogs. I mean, people take care of them, but it's still sad.
If I say Malaysia, what do you say? What do you know of it?
The Kuala Lumpur is the capital, and they have those, what's it called, the Petrona Towers or something? Yeah.
Nice. And let's say the people and culture, food-wise, do you know anything about Malaysia?
I know it's supposed to be a really melting pot, kind of a lot of different cultures, Indian, China, kind of just a hodgepodge of things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. If I say Southeast Asia, what feeling do you have?
That I want to go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a message to the world?
I don't know, just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Have you ever been to Southeast Asia?
Never been.
Ah.
I've never been.
Okay. comes into mind when I say Thailand, for example?
Thailand, really cheap food.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, beautiful beaches. Yeah, that's what rings a bell.
Okay.
From what I've heard from friends.
How about Malaysia?
Malaysia, for some reason, very tech. I don't know why.
Okay.
But like I've seen a lot of like tech industries and also the gaming industry
Oh yeah.
flourish there for
Okay.
some reason.
How about the Philippines and the safety of the Philippines?
That is good question. I have no overview of that.
Oh, okay.
But like obviously they come from a rough past, so
Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't
yeah. Well, yeah. For me, it's like I have a friend of mine. He's Filipino as well.
Okay.
And what the only thing that sparks about that country in my mind is the quality of life is not like subpar.
Ah.
So
So, how do you mean?
like in the sense of that the working class is really in the gutter.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's a tougher life, you say?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the same with Indonesia, you would say, or different?
I would say maybe on the scale.
Ah.
Maybe on the scale. I feel like Indonesia is still able to profit from a big like market, like a commercial market and tourism. Whereas I honestly like this is just
Yeah, just a feeling, huh?
just a feeling
Okay.
where I feel like let's say the traffic to tourism is not as big as
Yeah.
it is compared to Indonesia. So.
Yeah, that's. I think
Yeah.
that's true. Especially in Thailand, Thailand is a big touristic country.
Yeah.
Why? Can I ask you why you've never been to Southeast Asia, like Thailand and Malaysia?
I feel like the work life. I
Yeah.
think in the sense of that I cannot like afford to go for 2 weeks and then it's a big commitment, let's say.
Yeah.
A big commitment to go far away from home.
Yeah.
And then coming back. I feel also the clash and like mental preparing
Yeah.
to go to a country like
Yeah.
that.
Thank you for having us because we're actually not from the city, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Arnhem, close to the
Okay.
border of Germany.
Yeah, fair.
Ah, nice one. Hey, do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Wisdom. Start a daily routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start a daily routine that makes you feel good about yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's start today.
Yeah. Let's start
Okay.
today.
Cheers, mate.
I backpacked through China from Shenzhen up to Beijing, and
Alright.
then over into the Western Mountains, and I've been through Thailand.
Wow.
So
Okay,
a little bit.
Yeah. So we're not focusing on China. We're only focusing on Southeast Asia.
Okay.
So what?
Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so only Thailand. That's
So what's the best thing that you experienced in Thailand?
oh gosh. You know what? The best thing that I experienced in Thailand was just the overwhelming feeling of just happy people.
Yeah.
Just happy people.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah.
nice.
Like what can I do for you because I just want to,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that was probably the most
Yeah.
thing that stuck out
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I
So,
feel you. How long ago was this, may I ask?
It was about 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So pretty recent, let's say.
Yeah, kind of.
How about Malaysia? Do you know anything of that, or what feeling do you have with Malaysia?
I heard it's amazing. I haven't been, but I do plan on going later on this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
Already.
yeah.
Done. Yeah.
I really enjoyed Thailand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah. We're going actually after this episode. We're traveling back to Bangkok.
Right-
so yeah,
Right
it's gonna
on.
be
So,
good.
so if you go out to Koh Rock
Okay.
and do some snorkeling out there,
Yeah.
probably the best reefs I've ever flown over with a snorkel.
Yeah.
Out of anywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
So just to get a picture, do you have a lot of snorkel experience?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Koh Rock.
Koh Rock.
Koh Rock.
Yeah. Outside of Koh Lanta.
Yeah.
You take a boat from Koh Lanta and they take you out to this little area called Koh Rock. It's a
Yes.
national park. Unbelievable coral
Perfect.
reefs out there. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
thanks for the tip. We definitely,
Yeah.
Koh Lanta is one of my favorite islands in Thailand, so we're definitely going to check it out.
All right.
Do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Live and love.
We're making an episode, what does the world think of Southeast Asia? So we're asking random people here on the streets in Amsterdam what their experiences are, what they're maybe biased of. What do you think of Southeast Asia?
Well, I would say Probably good food. Yeah, yeah. I mean, everyone goes to Southeast Asia for good food. So,
Yeah.
beaches. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the best thing of the Philippines, you would say?
Probably the hospitality. You know, when we have a guest, coming from different parts of the countries or different parts of the world, we basically give them all the best of the Philippines has to offer. So
Yeah, we've been visiting also with the channel, and we've had an amazing experience. You live in a beautiful country. Have you ever traveled in Southeast Asia, like in Thailand or any other countries?
No. To be honest, no.
Do you like the Netherlands?
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
man.
Alright.
You have a lovely time. Before I let you go, can I ask you for some wisdom or a message to the world?
I don't know. Maybe just enjoy.
Yeah.
Keep it peaceful. To be honest. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Southeast Asia?
No, not actually.
No.
Nowhere in Asia, unfortunately.
What do you know about Southeast Asia, let's say?
They have delicious food, and they tend to be kind of a little bit more poor countries.
Okay.
And not.
Do you know any countries in Southeast Asia?
I know a lot about most about food because I want to study that, but I know a lot about Thailandese cuisine and Vietnam and Nepal. I don't know if it enters in Southeast.
I think that's also more South Asia, but yeah, Nepal's nice as well, I think.
Yeah.
So what comes into your minds when I say Thailand?
Bangkok, Pad Thai, and prostitution. I know it's not something. It's something maybe not so nice, but I'm just being honest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's lovely, to be honest anyway.
Yeah.
Like here in Amsterdam, also red light district,
Yeah,
I think.
exactly. And weed and stuff.
Yeah. So how about Malaysia?
Only the food, honestly. Only the food. Malaysian food, I think it's really nice food. A mix between what I would consider something more like Chinese with Indian food, but that's everything I know about them.
Okay. How about the safety in the whole of Southeast Asia, I would say?
I think it's a bit questionable.
Okay.
Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I have friends that are gone to these countries, and if you go as a group, it's probably no problem as a tourist. But if you go, for example, as a alone or an alone woman, it's quite because it's. For what I heard, you are target as a tourist. So.
Okay. Maybe here as well, though. You have to be careful for pickpockets and all that.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Do you have a message to the world or some wisdom to pass on?
Just food there is amazing, and I wish we all get to try it out.
What does the world know about Southeast Asia? Obviously, these people that we've interviewed don't represent the whole world, but we have a bit of an idea what the people are thinking. A lot of people don't know a lot about it. If you also don't really know a lot about Southeast Asia, well, I'm taking this channel back to Southeast Asia very soon. Next episode, we are catching a flight. We're going back to Bangkok. For the next few months, we will be settling down in Thailand for a little while before we exploring more parts of Southeast Asia. Now quickly I would like to call out the champ of the day. This is Yasin. He's been commenting on each video while being in Malaysia. Also, thank you for watching till the very end. I would like to say from the capital city of the Netherlands, Amsterdam, bye for now. And Southeast Asia we're coming, and stay champ.